Hey, what's going on, guys? This is CH Metal Twist here, and today I'll be doing our first ever mod review, the Swords Plus mod. Okay, so the way this mod works is that it pretty much adds more swords and other stuff into the game. Okay, so first off here we have the Magic Forge of Magical Magics. Obviously it's not called that, but anyway, I will not be showing crafting recipes in this part of the review. Instead it will be shown in the next part. Okay, so the Magic Forge pretty much lets you make all the new swords in this. One of the cool things about this mod, I think, is that it makes all the other mods look a bit cheesy. Okay, so basically, the Magic Forge, as you can see, I'm right clicking on it, but it's not working. That's because you need a bucket of lava to activate it. So I'll just take a bucket of lava, right click on it, like so, and voila, it works! The Mystical Forge. Honestly, half the time I forget what it's really called. Okay, so one thing I will show you is how to make a hilt and a tempered edge, but those aren't really important. Okay, to make the empty hilt, you just do that, and it makes this, the empty hilt, and the tempered edge. Voila. This does not work with a crafting table, so if you try to use it with a crafting table, you're pretty much stuffed. Okay, so I'll just go game mode myself here. Okay, so something a bit crazy about the tempered edge. When you attack with it or block with it, this happens. Pay very close attention to the health bar. Yes, you make yourself take damage. I'll just turn up the sound a little bit so you can hear. Yep, 42. Okay, there. So, as you can see there, you get a bit hurt. Don't need this anymore. Voila. Gone. Okay, so one of the most important things to make the stronger swords is these things called the Goddess Gems. So what you need is some kind of dust. I forget what it's called, but I'll show it later, and a diamond. Okay, so here is the Goddess Gem. You also need other items to make it elemental, like the Dark Goddess Gem, Fiery Goddess Gem, Telluric Goddess Gem, Aqueous Goddess Gem, and the Shining Goddess Gem, which you then need to keep in direct sunlight, or for the Dark Goddess Gem, direct darkness, for its charge mode, which is obviously the only thing that's useful, actually. And there are also different series of the blades. The different series include the Solitary series, the Orihime series, Necronomic series, Ferris series, Aurum series, Incendious series, Taboo series, Goddess series, Radiant series, and Projectile weapons, which is pretty much both, and the Ores and Dust. So I think we'll get started with this. Okay, so the Solitary series. These do not require any Goddess Gems, and it features the Empty Hilt and the Tempered Edge, which I've shown you how to use before. And most of these require the Mystical Forge, and also the first two interesting weapons that you'll see, the Venal Rapier and the Duff Cake Sword. Yeah, so both of these are pretty sweet. I'll just show you what they do. Okay. Okay. Now I'll just spawn in. Yeah, creepers are always nice. And here, damn it, why isn't the flying working? Oh, I can always go without airborneness. Okay, so the Venal Rapier What it does is it inflicts cave spider poison to anything that's not a spider. Obviously I didn't do a very good show off there, so I'll try again. Okay. And it's poison now. And it also does about 4.5, about as much damage as a stone sword. Well, according to the forum. And the other thing, the Duff Cake Sword. One of its main uses here is to, well, when I lose a bit of hunger here. Okay, so sprinting, please actually come into effect for me for once. Okay, jumping around until... This is a waste of time. Okay, so I'll just tell you what the Duff Cake Sword does. It has 18 uses and is literally 3 cakes stuffed together into a sword. For the culinary tastes, it has 18 uses. You can nom on it, and it heals up to 18 bits of hunger. But it's not very good for fighting, only does as much as your fist. And this is what happens when you try to break a block with it. No more cake sword for you. Okay, pressing on. I'll just return this and... Venal Rapier, right back. Okay, now we continue to the Orihime series. And this is where things start to get, you could say, interesting. This is the Miko's Blade. Again, it requires, well, pretty much, as I mentioned earlier, every sword requires the Mystical Forge. But this also requires a lot of lapis and a ghast seal. Okay, so here's the Miko's Blade. The Inoue's Will, and the Inoue's Rejection. Yeah. Okay, so mobs should start spawning soon. But anyway, I'll just continue. Okay, so you can see, sword, not glowing. Miko sword, not glowing. Creeper gets spawned. Sword starts glowing, tells you when creepers are nearby. Very epic. And dang, I blew up. Okay, so I'll just slide back to my death point. Again, no flying, I'll just have to walk. Curse you, Earth. Ah, god dang it. Yeah, so I think anyway you got the point of what the Miko Blade does. Miko. What is it? Beats me. Even though I'm the one doing this review. Okay, so I'll just try to beat back a bit here. Okay. Jump, use fuck. Okay, so I think you got the point of the Miko's Blade. But now, it has evolutions, you could say. Inoue's Will and Inoue's Rejection. They both act as creeper sensors, but you require to evolve them the Arqueous Goddess Gem and the Dark Goddess Gem. Okay, so what this does is, I forget what it does really. Oh, guess I'll find out. I haven't really tested this sword beforehand. I don't know, is it a one-hit KO?